to my YouTube channel. And if you're seeing this on Facebook, do like my page and follow me on Facebook as well. Today we're going to talk about why people lose money in the market and what to do about it. Why 90% of the people lose money in the market. Now, I get this question asked a lot, that why do people lose money in the market? Why is it the same with everyone? The real answer to this question is very deeply ingrained and is a part of understanding the school of thought of trading psychology. Number one, you need to understand the stock market is a platform. It is an open exchange where anybody can come and do anything as far as their capital allows them to, and as far as, of course, regulations allow them to. Number two, what the kind of crowd the retail traders are mostly mingling with. So they have their friends who are also not professional traders, they're retail traders, and even they're losing money, so they come together and they share a misery. And all that is not really very healthy for you. But then people tend to develop this belief system that people will lose money in the stock market or something like that. Money can be made very consistently in the market, and the 90% of the people who lose money in the market, you can say the rest of the 10% or rest of the 5%, whatever it is a zero-sum game. In the end, if somebody makes money, that is why somebody loses money. Somebody loses money, somebody makes. It's a zero-sum game in the end of the day. And therefore, you need to understand this very clearly, that even if you're losing money in the stock market, you have to really go in and find out what the reasons are. The prime most reason which I have figured is that people are not very organized in their approach to trading. They are not very clear about what trading is, what investment is. They have a certain sum of money. They go to the market and they want to just play around with their hard-earned money. It is only later that they realize that the risks that they have been taking were not really pertaining or fitting their appetite of risk or fitting their pocket altogether. So what I want you to understand today is that, see, for example, there is a business you have, okay? And that business, to open a business is very easy. You need a trading license, you perhaps open a current account, rent an office. It's very easy to start a business, but it's very difficult to build a business. Same thing with trading. It's very open and very much available and accessible to open a trading account. But at the same time, it is equally difficult to build a trading account. So therefore, you need to see it very professionally. And one common thing which people believe is that people who are making money in the markets have some state-of-the-art technology or have some state-of-the-art information. No, it is not so. Professional traders are regular human beings like me and you. And regular human beings who work hard towards building a skill and understanding it more deeply tend to make money in the markets. For those who are very new to this video is for those people, and you must understand what is happening with what is the mental play which is going on when you're making decisions in the market, why you're losing out on those things. So let's take an example, a very famous example I have taken before also. Okay, there was an article I was reading about a place where because of particularly two animals, there were a lot of road accidents. Okay, now these two animals were number one a dog and the second one was a donkey. So have you ever seen a dog cross the road? So while the dogs were crossing the road, they come in the middle of the road and they're very indecisive to take the step further ahead or not. In the meantime, there's a car coming from here, and then all that indecision, sometimes you're going ahead and sometimes you're going back, and all that indecision leads to the ultimate accident. The same thing a lot of impulsive traders do in the stock market. When they see these small noise happening in the market, they tend to narrow their attention to a very small time frame and starts looking at, oh my god, this is going up, oh my god, this is going down, and they keep changing their direction or take very quick indecisive trades. They hate to lose and they cut small losses. So they tend to have a lot of small losses which accumulate to become a big loss. Now the other is being a donkey. Now have you seen a donkey cross the road? Now the donkey, what it does is that it comes in the middle of the road and stands like a donkey. So many people buy a stock and hold on to it, और उस स्टॉक के लिए वो गधा बन जाते हैं. So these scenarios are the times when people are actually losing money on one particular trade, but losing a big sizable amount of money, right? And this phenomena is happening due to very, this becomes a repetitive phenomena with a lot of people, because there are naturally tendencies or fears when they're seeing something which is at stake, which is the commodity of survival, which is money. When they see something which is like that at stake, this it starts becoming a strong impression on them, right? And they start developing associations with that kind of experience. So once there is an experience which you have taken, say for example you listen to a song and then it reminds you of a certain time in your life, this is exactly what happens, is that when you next time see the market or you experience entering a trade, what happens is that you tend to associate with your past impressions, and if those impressions have left a negative belief inside you, those beliefs tend to sort of become stronger. Now this is a problem which people do not understand, and when I was young I used to think that perhaps when people grow up, when I will grow up, I will be very organized. When I will grow up, I will automatically be very disciplined and all that. And now when I'm dealing with a lot of people who come from various age brackets, I really realize that discipline by itself is something that takes a long time and initiative to evolve. And it is not that you can just like that become disciplined. It's a slow, steady, grueling practice. But only and only with discipline can you cut through these beliefs. And what tends to happen, coming back to this point, what tends to happen when these beliefs are there, and they tend to become very self-destructive in nature, because every time you look at the markets, every time you enter the trade, you're again believing in those same things, acting in the same manner, and repeating that action. This tends to create neural pathways. Now these neural pathways are actually those pathways of action which you're walking up and down, and then doing this after till for a time of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then you come and tell people like me that, see, I have trading experience of 10 years. Now my friend, that trading experience of 10 years may not have been very good, because that experience is on the wrong path altogether. So you don't go ahead thinking like this, that because you have spent time with the market, you have done anything great. No. Yes, you must have got a lot of know-how and knack about things. That is true. But the whole point is that until and unless these neural pathways are rewired, you have really gone the wrong way. And this is a very destructing kind of experience. So why this happens? Because we have this part of our brain which is called the amygdala, right? You can call it like the fear center of the brain, but basically we were not people like right now we are. We are very civilized, right? We used to be hunter-gatherers, and hunter-gatherers used to live in the fight or flight mode. Fight or flight mode for what? For the food that they are hunting, for the things that they want, for the things that they acquire, they own, that they feed off. And that is money in today's world. So we have the same biology, we have the same genetics, and when money is our survival commodity in today's world, we tend to think like this. And the amygdala has this fear response which goes to the brain, and then finally the brain acts in either taking small losses or refraining from taking a small loss, and ending up taking a big loss or taking many small losses, as I said earlier, and things like that. Now, obviously, what is the solution? And this, as I said, this is a very basic video. For a much larger, in-depth idea about trading psychology, I'm going to put the link below right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put the link below. You can go to that video and see an entire webinar on trading psychology with full details of this. In a nutshell, just for you all today, I would say that if you do not find yourself in the winning category of traders, in the consistent category of traders, please understand that they are missing something. Life is long and there is no point going in the same track of mind. Many people sometimes assume that technology or state-of-the-art things will help them. Believe me, 20 years back when we did not have so much access to computers or the internet, there were 90% of the people losing money in the market then also. So how do you come to this 10% bracket of the winning traders? Okay. The first thing is you adopt a style of trading that is closest to your personality. Now what do I mean by that? For example, I have 4 different students and they have done the same course with me. Okay. So my flagship course, Technically Sorted, which is a 15 session course. So they spend that 2 months time with me and they've done the entire course. In the end, I go back after 3-4 months. I take a review of how things are going on. They approach me and they share the results, etc. And then we end up seeing that all of them are pretty consistent. Okay, obviously, just when you're beginning, I advise you to start with a smaller size and then increase. So mostly they have their graphs going up like that, and that is very good. So what happens is that I see these 4 students showing me their results and showing me what I judge the results is by the quality of the trade. So the quality of the trade is amazing, and but they're not the same kind of trades. So 4 different students have 4 different genetics, 4 different personality, 4 different DNA, whatever you may call it. The whole idea is their comfort in trading in a particular way is how they are drifting towards the style. Now style includes and complements with methodology. Style is not methodology, right? You can have a methodology of reading the markets, but you cannot define a methodology of trading the day you're sitting on the computer without any knowledge. First, you have to acquire from a larger pool of knowledge that, okay, this is what I want to choose from. Then you have to actually go and play around with all these variables, see how you're doing, do some paper trading, learning is the biggest investment you'll be doing on yourself. I have spent a lot of money to educate myself formally in this profession, and it's been many years. I have never ever regretted spending money on a book or spending money on something that will give me a learning experience. So first thing is that you learn. Then when you are learning, automatically you will drift, and according to your personality you will drift to the correct style and particular methodologies of trading that suit you. Okay, so what I gave out to these students were all the different kind of strategies and topics, but then there is this student who is mastered one topic very much, so most of his trades have a lot of essence of that topic. But obviously, with one topic you cannot trade. In fact, with one concept or one variable you cannot trade in isolation. You need to mingle around with and find the overlaps of others. But however, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, right? And we want to make the most of our strengths and leverage on our strengths with quality. So number 2 is understand your strengths and weaknesses. So this is something which I feel is extremely important as a trader, that you understand your strengths and weaknesses. I understand basically everything, or at least I would say it's a lifelong quest to understand everything about yourself. But I understand a lot about how I trade, what are the phases of the markets I'm really comfortable and good at with trading, right? So have a regime. Point number 3, have a regime for a regular trading day. Now what do I mean by having a regime for a regular trading day? You wake up in the morning, you have a morning routine. Now, when you have a morning routine which is fixed, it wires your mind into believing that it is already very disciplined. Then you have a way to track the stocks, how the international markets have been doing before the Indian markets open. Then you have a way to go around picking up the stocks which were there as a part of your homework, which you shortlisted. See what is happening, which is interesting in the market. During the entire, you don't have to take a trade in the morning. During the entire day, you can wait and scout for opportunities. And if there are good opportunities, as a professional trader, I'm always scouting out for opportunities which are very clear to me, suit my methodology, suit my style of trading. And I find that I'm taking a risk where I completely accept the risk. Now, what do I mean by accepting the risk, which most people don't understand? Accepting the risk is the point where you can take that much leverage and that kind and quality of trade where you are completely okay even if you lose money. So when I'm doing things like that, I'm completely okay even if I lose money, because in the end everything is about probabilities. However, it helps me hold on to the trade till its targets, helps me understand the market and react accordingly if my stop loss is hit. So I trade without fear when I'm taking and accepting the risk completely, right? And number four, the final point is learn to organize your trading. Learn to be organized in trading. As in trading, so in life, being organized really matters. You can have a lot of creativity, you can have a lot of intelligence about you, but it really will not do you any good until you're very organized and disciplined. In fact, it is said that creativity, I read somewhere that creativity dies when there is laziness. So there should not be any kind of laziness. You cannot be lazy with your positions or the way you are moving around your day with trading. If you don't feel like trading, if you want to take a break for a few days, do that. But slowly and steadily start wiring your mind to become more organized as a person in your life in general, as a trader in your trading life in general. When you're organized, you know what your trading platform looks like, when you have to call your broker, have your backup internet if you need, be clear about the kind of moves you're looking for, have a little bit tab on what are the kind of events which are going on which can impact the economy of India or the world over, and have this approach which is more professional. If you do these small things, and of course there's more in that webinar link I'm going to share. um, if you do these small things very very well, believe me, it will have an incremental impact on your trading in the long run. So guys, this was it for today. If you guys want to contact my team and therefore contact me, all the details are shared below. Have a great evening. Enjoy from wherever you are in the world seeing this. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.